Da, 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 da.
Hey folks, welcome back to Tekkit with Target. So, I don't actually remember what I did last time, so I'm just going to have a quick look around. Oh, I had a big aftertake where I went running around and I went exploring and I got all of these lovely resources. And I actually want to grab some wheat quickly because I have some animals running around outside that escaped from the pen, which I have no idea where the cow went. So I noticed that while doing my sound check, so you can see he's up there and he should be in the pen. So there we go. And I'm actually gonna get myself another cow while I'm busy with that. But so I had a video where I went running around and I collected some resources. So you can see most of that here. So lots more chicken, feathers, wool, wood. I found a volcano, so I have some basalt cobblestone. Found desert, so I have cactus. Found pumpkins, which are very important, because I will actually use those in a second. Some more cows for beef. I'm going to leave that in there. Some grey wool, more dirt. Killed a couple of animals. Found some more apples. Found the other rubber tree you can get. My sapphire shovel repaired. I'm gonna and some fancy saplings as well from the jungle biome, so I'm quickly gonna get rid of these. Now what you'll also notice is that I have some hardware in my inventory, so I'm quickly gonna teach this how to make a pumpkin and basil cobblestone and all those saplings. So what I want to do with the pumpkin quickly before I forget is make a jack-o'-lantern. And jack-o'-lanterns provide a fantastic amount of EMC. Because of that, I want to, well, I don't need 14. I think at the moment I need 2, so I'll hang on to 3 and get rid of all the rest. But today, and there was a chicken in here, which is currently over there somewhere. But today I am going to show you how to make some solar panels, because those are going to, well, give me my power that runs into the bat box in addition to the generator, and hopefully my did this finish, or why has this stopped? Oh, I turned this off. Shows me paying attention. So let's turn this back on. So I'm gonna let that dig all the way down. I will probably die at some point falling into it. But, and let me get this cactus taught to this thing as well. So, cactus in there, and then I'm quickly gonna put the cactus through that. But today I'm going to making some solar panels. So, that's why I have all that there. That's actually enough for 4 solar panels. And before I do that, I'm just gonna pick these up. And there's a reason that I'm switching from glowstone to jack-o'-lanterns. They both provide the same amount of light, but a jack-o'-lantern is worth 144 EMC, but a glowstone block is 1,500. So I'm more or less just being energy efficient at this point. And that's why I'm doing that. Gonna hang on to the jack-o'-lantern, is I should have enough to actually make another energy collector, which I'll plonk behind this actually. So let me just go around and I'll preemptively put the jack-o'-lantern down. So that can go there and provide some lighting out the back. And I get my cactus green. And suddenly it's also gone quite loud from the noises, but they shouldn't impact my recording. And this chicken which I'm just going to condense. Right, so before I actually make I want to make a LV transformer. LV transformer. So I have the equipment for that, 2 copper cables and a lot of copper. So I'm going to make one of those quickly as well. And some wood, which I luckily have plenty of. I don't have plenty of copper. And I've completely forgotten the recipe that I was looking for as well. That just figures. I looked at that 3 seconds ago, so yeah. So let's quickly make my LV transformer, which is... I hate it when I do this. There we go. My wood, my copper cables, and my copper across the bottom. So that's LV transformer. Now, how you make a solar panel is, I don't actually have to bring that up, I can luckily remember. And of course I didn't make enough electronic circuits for what I want to do. I always do that. But you take your furnace, turn them into generators. So I only have enough for 4, so for the time being that's going to have to do. Then you take electronic circuits on each side, you split your glass across the top, and then your coal dust around that, like that, and that gives you a solar panel. So I have 4 of those, and I need more electronic circuits. So I put the new I thought I made a new crafting bench as well, but I must not have, so whoops. But that means I need some refined iron, and I need lots more copper. So I need another 12 copper for 2 circuits. So there we go. And then I need a lot more copper cables. So to get to the copper cable, I'm going to go down to the sapling. Which I actually have to come from the other direction now. Because I never... feather... no. And now I can't find the rubber. Which I might... actually, I might be carrying a lot more in my chemical sack. Which I am... yes, sticky resin. Yay! So I don't need that much sticky resin because I get 3 out of each extractor, so that's 9. That should be enough. 24. 1 to put back in. That's enough cable, and then I need some redstone, which I have plenty of on me. And that should be enough for cables, though I do still need iron. So another, I'll just do 8, I need 4. So I'm being proactive. And I do have some cables, but those will be ready in a second. So let's put our 8 iron in the electric furnace and our 8 sticky resin in the extractor. Is this pumping? Yes. And this is all running sideways in here, which is where I want it. So this is slowly filling up even faster. As you can see, I have lots of uranium ore sitting in there. And the rubber is going very slowly, so I'm going to speed up the rubber. And this is going to start draining my bat box, but that's fine. I'm gonna... this is probably not going to be the final place I put it, but I'm going to extend this out. And that's going to be the spot where my Solar panel is going. Now, I have 4 and I just used singular, so I'll explain what I meant by that in a moment. I have 12, that's enough to make my first. Okay, that might be enough to make both. Yeah, well, my first 2. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a ton of copper cable, which is oddly enough too much, so I can't ever get my counts right. Put my sticky resin back in the bag. And make my circuit. I do have enough for 2, so let's get those 2 made quickly. And 1 in the center, and 1 on each side, so yeah, I always make too many or too few, so that's 12 of those, and I'll put the overclocker back in my macerator. And well, all of this can be, I'm going to leave the cactus there. All the rest of this I'm going to accept the food. I'm just going to get rid of the nice and simple way. So that's the wood, and let's make the last 2 circuits. Let's make the last 2 circuits. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. I really should invest in the crafting table 2, or whatever the other one's called. Not crafting table 2, but there we go. 4 circuits, and I have plenty of everything else left over. So, and glass and coal dust. So, and of course not enough. Did I get enough rubber? No, I did not get enough rubber because I needed to make not 4 circuits but 8 circuits. Which is why I had plenty of that, but not the rubber. So, back for some more sticky resin it is. And I'm going to speed through this so it gets to the right point quickly and you don't have to watch me prance around, so I'll be right there. And there I'm back, so I now have all the parts I need and the quantities I need them. So let's make our final 4 solar panels. Now the reason I got 8 instead of 4 is that each solar panel generates a tiny amount of energy. You can actually collect it using tin cables, but while I was making as many, well, because I was making so many of these, I figured I might as well upgrade to, instead of using a basic solar panel, to using a more advanced one. So instead of them occupying 8 blocks and all the piping associated with that, I put them into and make myself a low voltage solar array, which, if you notice clearly, I didn't try to name there until I actually had the name up on screen, so I knew what it was called, because I've never actually made one of these before. So I'm now going to take this and I'm going to attach it to my powering system, and I'm not sure placing it there is the best of ideas, but we'll see. If all else fails, I can move my pipes. Okay, well, you can see it's being powered, and so my power level's going up here quite nicely, and my generator is not actually doing anything. And I now have plenty of renewable power. So to aid this, I was actually going to make another couple of bat boxes, which is why I don't want to place it over there. So hopefully this doesn't go horribly wrong, because I'm going to pick this up with my wrench, And, oh, I'm glad that went well. So if it went horribly wrong, I would have had to make another one. And that's never pleasant. So that's why I have these re-batteries. And I was actually going to make another bunch of cables, so luckily I preemptively did that. And I'm actually just going to grab a teeny bit more copper, so I can make a teeny bit more cables. So there we go. That's actually more than what I need. But, so I'm going to add some wood, because I will never have enough wood. Yep, I went there. But anyway, so let's get some more cabling out. So I've only made enough for 12, so let's go pick up the last 2 out of the extractor. That should solve that problem. So now I'm going to make that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And the rest is wood. Some more bat boxes, because you can never have too many bat boxes. They're so cheap to make, I tend to make lots of them instead of the other power storage devices. And now, to solve that problem, I'm actually going to pick these up again and place this down nicely. So this goes here, and the output to the bat box is going to go in this direction. So that should be that out, and then 3 from there will be this bat box, and another 1, 2, 3 on will be this bat box, and then 1, 2, 3 on facing upwards will be my final, well, won't be the bat box, but will be my low voltage solar array, which isn't actually doing anything at the moment as I don't have it hooked up. So 1, 2, 3, and I have power. And let's chain this back into my building. So you can see my bat box is being drained, and this one's kind of jumping up and down, as is this one, but this bat box is slowly being filled up by my solar array, and I have surplus power, so I don't have to worry for quite a while about power needs. And I'm going to call the episode there, because I took longer than I planned to do most of what I was planning on doing. And you can see I preemptively made all the resources I used, and I'm going to try and do that from now on when I build stuff, so that I spend less of my time running around talking about what I'm trying to build and more time actually building it. So before I cut this episode, before I end this episode, rather than cut it, I'm going to turn this into eternalist fuel, pop that into my, well, get that below 50, and pull out some diamonds and drop that back in, pull out some more diamonds and, well, lots and lots of gold and some silver. And let's see, what can I get out for that price? Not much. I still have a Klein Star Iron, which is actually tiny, but I'm not going to upgrade yet, so I don't quite have as many diamonds as I thought. But that is largely due to the expensive stuff I've been making. So I'm going to hang on to 1 diamond and pop that back in there. And oh, excellent! My macerator is macerating. And my steam engine is digging away. So I'm going to leave that to complete. And I'm going to call it an episode. Thank you very much for joining me, folks. I will at one point have some outro music for you, but for the time being, it's just going to be another 25 seconds of serene calm. Thank you very much for joining me. Take care, folks. Bye.